One psychologist says special attention must be paid to the messages that adults are sending to children by their actions. Daryl Joseph believes the violence seen in school children stems from bad practices they have learned from adults, both in public and in the media. Peter Christopher sat down with a clinical psychologist and brings us this report.
The recent viral video involving several schoolgirls engaging in fistfights has opened the public eye to a long-running problem. According to psychologist Daryl Joseph, these instances of violence at this level are related to bad examples adults have exposed to these children. He agrees with the opinion of social activist Harold Graves, who argued that violent words or actions by adults have had an impact on the behavior of school children.
What do you expect them to learn? They get the message that, okay, that's the way you do it. Now, it's a subliminal message, and that's how, behavior in society is very much like that. A lot of it is very subliminal, but it's strongly connected to the messages that are sent by our behavior.
He says the media has also played a role, using reality television shows where dysfunction and confrontational situations are promoted as entertainment. He says several youngsters grow up desensitized to the effects of these confrontations. He says this desensitization has only continued via social media, where violence often goes viral.
I have seen teenagers look at videos of other kids being beaten up in school and they're laughing. Like the way we used to laugh at Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse and thing long time when you've seen stupidness going on. But it's with real people. And I think they've been desensitized to the point where it only hits home when it happens to somebody that's close to them.
He also agreed with Graves that our country has become angrier. He attributes this to a growing feeling of inequality.
If you have lots of people who are fighting tooth and nail day in, day out just to feed themselves and feed their children, bet your bottom dollar they're going to be angry. If it appears as though there's no consequence for some people's actions, but there are consequences for other people's actions, and there's a sense of injustice, expect people to be angry.
But he says the approach to addressing this anger is where the errors are made.
Because anger is a normal human emotion. It's an expression of something that upsets you, something that throws you off, something you disagree with. But whether you can handle that in a way that is functional, let steam off, do something to de-stress until you get to the emotional point where you could treat with it. If you instead react emotionally and passionately and violently, then anger, or rather the aggression caused by the anger, becomes a problem.
He says in the short term, a no-tolerance policy for violence in schools should be put in place, ensuring that children know that there is indeed repercussions for such behavior. In a wider point of view, he says more must be done to ensure every citizen of the country knows what image they want to project for the country in terms of values and behavior. Peter Christopher, C News.